Like, is that your skin? It's foundation. How do you apply it? With an airbrush. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Storm Blake here. And today we're going to be talking about foundation, but applying foundation with an airbrush. And is it necessary? Is it something that you want to add in to your routine? If you are thinking about it or have thought about it, well, I'm here to give you the tea. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the demo. And I'll see you guys in a second. Today we're going to be talking about putting on foundation using an airbrush machine. And this is the machine that I have. Here is the component. It has an on-off button right here. So it does have 3 speeds. I was reading the instructions. It says that you can put makeup on. You can also use this to color on a cake. I'm not going to be doing any of that other nonsense with the airbrush gun, so I just use it for makeup. And I usually use it on the first speed. So I got mine from Amazon, and I've had it for about 6 to 8 months. I paid about $45 for it. I have Prime shipping, so it came in 2 days. You may be wondering, why do you need to do your makeup with an airbrush? For me, it could be a couple of reasons. One, you could be extra AF like me. You know, I was using this every day when I went to work. You can also be someone who is doing your own makeup for a wedding or a special occasion or a photo shoot. So it's just easier to know how to do this yourself and not having to pay someone else to do it for you. So those are a couple of reasons why. And I would say that it didn't add much time to my routine when I was doing it. Like, it was just as if I was using a beauty blender or a brush. I would say it added on an extra 5 to 10 minutes for me. You have to clean this every day, as we should with our brushes and our beauty blenders, but let me tell you a little secret. Sometimes I don't clean it every day. I know, terrible. But with this, I am forced to clean it every day because there will be some foundation stuck in it if it's not cleaned every day. So there's 2 cleanings that you can do. You can do a quick clean with water. I have my water here. So at night, I would just put my water in there, turn the machine on, and let the water run through it. And then there is a deep cleaning method where you have to take the gun apart, so all the screws out, and then you have to run some hot water through it. And then that gets all of the foundation out of the whole component. So I would say I do a quick clean every night after I use it. So I use it in the morning, I go about my day, and then I come back, clean it at night. And then on the weekends, I do the deep clean where I take everything apart, wipe everything out, make sure I get all of the foundation out. So the foundation that I use with my airbrush is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I'm in medium 21. I love this foundation. This is the only foundation I use. If not, I'm just using concealer and powder and I'm going about my day. I have not found anything else that I enjoy using as much as this Pat McGrath foundation. So it is water-based, so it is able to go into the airbrush and come out flawlessly. Now, I don't know about other thicker foundations. There are foundations specifically made for the airbrush, but I don't have time for that. I just use my Pat McGrath and it gets the job done. Oh, we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how I use the airbrush. It goes from slowest to fastest. 1 being the slowest, 2 medium, and then 3 being the fastest, and then the 4th press is turning it off. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo. All that I have on my face right now is just my eyebrows. I have some bronzer on my eyelids, and then that's it. I have my primer on. For primer, I'm using the Tatcha Soap Canvas, the liquid one. My foundation, a nice shake. And I usually use about 1 to 2 pumps, just depending. It's going to turn on the component. Alright, so we're going to start. I have a little spot right there that I'm going to try to cover up. I always try to aim right on the spot. You can see it covered it nicely. And I just go in circular motion. all over the face. Sometimes you can do small circular motions or big ones just to get the face covered. I always start with a little bit, one drop, and then I add in another one just in case I need it. Just go about till everything is covered. Don't forget the neck. Circular motions where I have dark spots that I want to conceal. So that was about 2.5 pumps, and my face and neck are covered. You can hear it sputtering because I'm trying to get the last of the foundation out of it, just so I can get everything on my face or on my mouth. So that's one layer. I usually just do one layer, and I really concentrate on the areas that I have black spots that I want to cover up. As you saw, it covered that little, I have like a pimple that I popped, now it's a scar. So I have an acne scar right there that it covered really nicely. A couple of benefits to using an airbrush as opposed to a beauty blender or a brush is that it just looks, your canvas, your base just looks flawless. And I love that. And as you saw, it took less than 20 seconds to do my whole entire face. The only reasons I had to add more foundation in is because I don't like to fill it up and then I don't use it. I hate wasting product. So I always start off with maybe like 1 and 1.5 drops of foundation to cover the entire face. And then if I'm having, you know, more acne scars than usual, I'll go in and cover it more. But as you can see, that first layer, my canvas looks flawless. And you can go over it with a damp beauty blender just to push everything in. But I usually don't even need to do that. You guys, a little trick that I do at the end as well. So there's always going to be a little bit of foundation left in the airbrush. So I usually go in with a Q-tip and just go all the way in to get the leftover foundation. And then I just pop it on my face because I hate wasting foundation, especially the Pat McGrath foundation that's like $65 or something, and put it on my neck. Use a beauty blender to blend the little dots in that I have left. I'll be back with my full face on, and then we'll wrap up with some pros and cons of using an airbrush in your routine. Guys, so I am back with the finished final look, and this is how everything came together. I just threw some bronzer on, some blush, some highlight, and then some spray to bring it all together. So do you guys think that you're going to be adding in an airbrush to your routine? Let's go over some pros and cons of adding in a airbrush to your routine. Pro: it makes your foundation, your base, your canvas, it makes it look effortless and flawless. It's just like, is that skin or did you just wake up like that? So it really gives your foundation a really skin-like finish, but like a flawless skin. Like you just came out the womb and your skin is baby soft. You have not met the sun. You don't have any acne scars. So that's a pro. Another pro is if you're thinking about using a airbrush for a special event. Maybe it's your wedding, you're the bride, maybe you are participating in a wedding and you're like a bridesmaid and you don't want to pay for your makeup for the wedding. So already having a airbrush in your routine and knowing how to use it makes it the pièce de résistance, because it's already in your routine, you're using it and you know how to use it. Another thing, if you're like me, you are extra AF, like capital AF, then it's something that you can add into your routine on a daily basis because you just like looking flawless. You like showing up to the office beat down. Like, hello, Kathy. She's like, is that your skin? It's foundation. How do you apply it? With an airbrush. No, legit, no lie. So I was at work, it was a couple months ago when I just started incorporating the airbrush into my routine. I'm in the bathroom, right, and I'm passing one of my coworkers that works in another office. She legit stopped me. I'm washing my hands in the bathroom. She legit stops me and goes, she doesn't touch my face, but she's hella close. She's like, wow, your makeup is like so smooth. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Kathy. Like, what do you use? And I was a little embarrassed to tell her, but I was like, you know, I put my foundation on with an airbrush. She's like, you must have so much time in the morning. I'm like, you know, you sacrifice and you got to get up, you got to skip your coffee. You sacrifice for the beat down, okay? Sometimes I will debate whether I was going to be doing a foundation or if I was going to be doing a simple eye look with no eyeshadow, because sometimes you can't do both unless I'm waking up like an extra 2 hours ahead, because then I need to relax, put my music on, do my eyeshadow, then put on my foundation using the airbrush. So it takes a little bit of time. So sometimes I would sacrifice doing like, you know, full blown eyeshadow and just go in with a one color eyeshadow like we've done today. One negative about having an airbrush in your routine is that it can add some time to your routine in the morning if you're not used to it. As you saw in the demo, I was going through it pretty quickly. It took maybe 30 to 40 seconds, you know, but it can add an extra 5 to 10 minutes. You have to plug it in, you have to put in the foundation, then you have to put it on your face, and then if you run out of foundation, you have to pump some more back in there. So it is kind of like a little routine, but for me, the pros far outweigh the cons when it's using an airbrush. So if you've been thinking about adding an airbrush into your routine, I would say 100% go for it. I love using it, like I said, but I'm extra AF. If you want to just try it out once or twice a week, but I promise you, once you've tried the airbrush and using it for your foundation, it's honestly no turning back. Like, once you use it and then you try to use a brush or a beauty blender, you will see how the airbrush is so far superior to those other tools that you won't want to use anything else. You will want to get up the extra 10 minutes to have it into your routine. So that's another drawback, is that you'll get addicted to using it. And another drawback about using the airbrush is that you have to clean it at night. You have to use the water bottle and get out the foundation that's been sitting in it. It's a good way to practice, you know, cleaning your tools, because I know, like a lot of us, we don't clean our makeup brushes and our sponges every single night, but the airbrush, for it to work, you have to. So it's a good way to get you into the routine of cleaning your products. Even the cons kind of work out to be a plus in the situation when using the airbrush. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Let me know if you've used an airbrush, if you've been thinking about using an airbrush, or if you've had it done at a special occasion and you've always wondered like, oh, how do they use it? Is it hard? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.